After barely beating Notre Dame and Kentucky and beating an FCS team, we knew we couldn't take any of these teams lightly. We were already the number 9 team in the nation, but we had lost to UCF last season by a touchdown at home. Marshawn Ford, our former superstar tight end, had a bye week and decided to come support the team down in Florida. It was great having him back in the locker room to hype the team up. He wanted revenge for last season, and he mentioned that he wished he could be a part of the team success that we're having this season. Since I was living on my own at this point, I actually got some NIL money coming in. I decided to get a dog. Remember, man, adopt, don't shop. I got a Belgian Malinois named Buddy. He's been taking up a lot of my time, but I've been bringing him to practice too. Coach did get a little pissed when Buddy popped 3 footballs in the last couple of practices, and I can assure you that actually happens pretty regularly. I've also been curious about my future as a football player. Now that we're in the national spotlight a little bit, I've been trying to gauge where I might go in the draft, and if I left after my junior season, what might happen. I was told by a few people in the league circles that right now I'm looking at getting drafted in the 7th round as an athlete versus just a quarterback. They don't see me as a quarterback that can excel in the NFL as a passer, and they think that I should switch to running back or wide receiver. I haven't given it much thought, but based on my athleticism, I think I could play running back, but I don't think I have the route running technique to be a receiver. I talked about it with Marshawn before our game today, and he told me that based on what he's seen in the league so far, I should just go ahead and finish out my senior year. He said that he knows that I have the potential to really increase my draft position as a quarterback if I put together 2 solid years of tape to change the narrative. I didn't need any more motivation to succeed, but what Marshawn said didn't hurt. I've been doubted ever since I started playing football, whether it be my teammates in high school when I was a track athlete or colleges that were willing to recruit me. I've never been for everybody, but that's okay. I just had to know who my people were and who would appreciate what I brought to the table as a leader and as a future professional athlete. I used to ask myself how I could be like Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, when instead I should have been asking how I could maximize my abilities to be the best version of myself and whatever that may look like. Here's the thing though, I used to be all about me and what I could do to achieve award-winning status. I mentioned this before, but now it's about the team. If I make everyone around me better, then I'm gonna reap those rewards too. And yeah, it is funny to be talking about award-winning success and making the NFL when I just had 3 interceptions in this game, but I did just have a game-altering touchdown pass, and now with 2 minutes remaining in the game, we're tied 17-17, and we're down at the 1-yard line. On the very next play, on a read option, I keep it for myself, and I take it in for the score to give us a 1-touchdown lead. We got the ball back with about a minute and a half remaining. UCF was not able to score, and so we're just going to give the ball to Jawar Jordan. I don't think Coach trusted me at this point to throw the ball anymore with 3 interceptions already. But with a minute and 25 left, we do pick up another first down. The game is basically over as UCF burned their last time out, but we run a read option, and I'm able to take it in despite having 2 defenders kind of on my back, and we do end up beating UCF, getting our revenge for last season. We had gotten up to number 8 in the rankings against Rutgers, who was surprisingly also undefeated but unranked. Again, this Louisville program has finished the season inside the top 10 once in program history, and I could feel that our squad at least had the potential to at least match that, if not make it to the college football playoffs this season. Both of my parents had come to Louisville for this game against Rutgers to support me. They told me that they had a special surprise waiting for me after the game, but I was really hoping that they hadn't dropped any money or gotten any gifts for me or anything. I really didn't need anything at this point with the NIL money coming in. Anyways, back to the game. At the start of the second quarter, I found Amari Huggins-Bruce on a slant route that almost got him into the end zone when he fell down right at the 1-yard line. I found him on the very next play running the exact same route for a touchdown to regain the lead 7-3. On the next drive, though, I thought Amari Huggins-Bruce had burnt his man one-on-one on the outside on a straight-up go route, but you'll see that he does a double move on this play for no apparent reason when he has his man burnt and it results in an interception. I'm not going to count that one against myself. Luckily, they didn't score off the turnover and we had a chance to take a 2-score lead with the last drive on the first half. I got loose on a scramble and did something I rarely did. I actually slid, and that is growth right there. On the next play, Chris Bell made an insane Derrick Henry-like play, stiff-arming the defender and taking it for nearly 40 yards, turning a short gain into a huge play. And we were down already in the red zone. We threw a halfback screen to Jawar Jordan, who got tackled immediately, and on 2nd and 12, we ran a play action. On the outside, found Chris Bell once again, who got into the end zone for a touchdown, having a huge couple of plays on that last drive of the first half. Rutgers did answer with a touchdown of their own at the start of the third quarter, and Jawar Jordan was just doing his thing, picking up big chunk yards. Again, a huge sleeper in this upcoming draft with his combination of speed and balance. Same drive, I escaped outside of the pocket and fooled the shallow zone defenders into dropping on me with the threat of the run, and I hit Maurice Turner, our backup running back, for the first down pickup. We finished that drive with a field goal and got back on the field in the 4th after Rutgers couldn't answer. Up 7, we drove down the field with some really great routes from Rich Crawford and then a couple of runs by Jawar Jordan. We finished with another field goal to give us a 2-possession lead after Jawar could not pick up the first down on 3rd and 3. Up by 10 points and with 30 seconds remaining, we're basically just running the clock out. I take a knee, and we come out with a huge victory over, again, an undefeated Rutgers team despite the fact that they were not ranked. Our next week, we played against Temple, who was 1-5 at this point in this season. We were ranked number 5 in the nation at this point. If you really want to know what the surprise was that I got from my parents after the game, I'll tell you what it was. My parents had been contacted by a scout from the University of Washington. It turns out the scout from UW was at the Rutgers game, and he had come with my parents to Louisville to see me play. When I met up with my parents, the scout was with them, and he said that they were preparing to offer me a scholarship, a full scholarship at UW if I entered the transfer portal after my junior year. Now, this was kind of shady because I'm not supposed to be getting contacted from other colleges outside of the transfer portal, and I wasn't given any guarantees, but it was definitely something that I had to at least consider. Straight out of high school, I had always planned to go to UW before the altercation between my teammate and I was published in the local news. But Louisville has also always treated me right, and I guess we'll have to wait until this offseason to see what happens. It wasn't time to panic yet, but being the number 5 team in the nation and being down in the second to a 1-5 team had me upset. We couldn't fold under pressure after accomplishing something that had only happened once before in school history just a week ago. Temple was getting crazy pressure though, and we didn't have any offensive line injuries. A younger, more inexperienced version of myself would probably yell at my offensive line, but let me tell you, that is probably the dumbest thing that you could do as a quarterback. Rich Crawford had a big first down pickup, and with 20 seconds left, we were inside the red zone, and we're trying to salvage the first half with a field goal to end it, but we missed the field goal attempt before the end of the first half, and we were still down 10-7 in the third quarter. Des Melton made a nice grab, and then guess who? Amari Huggins-Bruce, already back from injury, showed up again when we needed him most. This dude is the definition of clutch for this team, giving us a 14-10 lead. On the next drive, I kept it for myself on the read option and took it past the 50-yard line, and I tried to get a little cute and cut in, but the defender was having absolutely none of it. Later, I found Des Melton again for another big gain off of a great corner route that he ran. Again, an absolutely fantastic route runner, not as athletic as Marshawn Ford, but more of a pure receiver. With a minute left in the first quarter, I scrambled outside the pocket and almost got into the end zone, got down right at the 3-yard line, and another read option play would see me finally squeeze my way into the end zone to give us a bigger lead. Up 21-10 at this point at the end of the third quarter. We had a chance to put this game away. I found Chris Bell for a huge gain down the field for about 25 yards. Coach started to get extremely conservative with play calls, which hurt us. We were running short yardage plays, trying to burn clock way too early in the fourth quarter. On 3rd and 8, we ran a halfback draw, and credit to Jawar Jordan, who picked up a couple of yards, but we still went absolutely nowhere, and Temple scored a touchdown and converted for 2, so we were only up by 3 points, and it was 3rd and 4th with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, and luckily Jawar Jordan converted for the first down off of the halfback screen. And did I just say that we were playing too conservative? Well, we also didn't want to be too aggressive, and I threw an awful pick on a, let's be honest, a very sloppy comeback route. Ultimately, though, the pick was my fault, and Temple scored a touchdown off of it, putting us down by 4, so we would need a touchdown with a minute remaining. I found Amari, the clutchest dude on this team, to put us into the red zone. With 45 seconds remaining, we had plenty of time, and I tried to assure my guys not to feel like they had to rush themselves. I saw Amari coming wide open on this route, and the cornerback baited me and undercut it for an interception. And that ended the game, man. As the number 5 team in the nation, losing to a 1-5 Temple team, that is a huge heartbreaker. There's nothing you can say to these guys in the locker room right now, but I'm not sure how we're going to come back from this.